Okay, I'm just gonna try and figure this out because I don't know what I'm doing, but I think I'm supposed to say, yo, this is your boy DC with another review. This is the legendary Mickey J doing some testing. So here we go, let's get straight into it. So, something like that, anyway. So, like I said in my text, I think you're doing a lot right. I think there's a lot of practice, a lot of polish. There's a few things like you crouch too much when movement, which slows you down both dodging and getting in position. So it's okay if you're using cover, like that's okay. But this is mid lane now, so there's so many viewpoints that you go. So if that was in a game, you'd be dead now. So this particular part of the map is going to be very busy in terms of that. There's a nice little jog there, a slow down. But here you should be pre-aiming up there. See that you already missed your shot, and then it took you that extra second to get on target. So those kind of things is what you'd be tightening up on. So when you get to edge, check your edges here now, pre-aim. So get your target on there. There's a good look left and right there. But you know grenades just come in from the left. Keep checking your maps. This is nice now, look. Double check. You get the shot? Fair enough, like the bots were a bit slow, but the theory of what you're doing there, you'd covered yourself by crouching there, you looked around, you got your shot on, boom, so everything's a lot quicker. So what we're doing here, so we're climbing in. Yeah, it's okay, so you pre-aim now. So rather than just looking around like you are, get your pre-aim on there just in case someone comes in to challenge you. You also, I don't know if I inherited it from you or you inherited it from me, but we tend to run around looking at the floor more than we should. So your crosshair should be where you think the gunfight will come. So ours is always a bit low. I'm guilty for that as well. But this is fine. There's just a bit of messing around. But look at the movement. I'm gone. Or Jeremy, whoever that was. So anyone challenging from behind, if the spawns have been flipped, you're going to get caught a lot from people coming from behind. So even here now, pre-aim. So while you're just walking around there, you could give yourself an advantage and already be aiming down sights when you get to those edges. And again, minimap. Just make sure you keep an eye on that minimap because that is going to give you a huge indication of which side they are. Like they're on stairs now. So there's a guy on mid stairs because I can see the dot on the minimap. So if he challenged you now, like in a game, you would also be dead again there. But so you've got to use that information as best as possible. And again, this crouch movement's very, very slow here. There's no one, so you need to get into this room and then crouch. So pre-aim this corner, but you see you're going around there, so if there was a challenge or anyone there, it would take you that extra second to get your aim down sight up and fire. It's all small stuff, like there's nothing major. That's a good look around the corner there. You stayed close, you kept your body clear. Look at this, nice. Yeah, that's a nice little check. So you've got to be careful now. Yeah. So you've moved out of the way. Now, your hip firing here, you need to get aim down sight. So hip fire is good if you're panicking. But look how many bullets you're actually missing there. So if that person had turned around to challenge you, even though you fired first, there's a good chance that you would have lost that firefight because if they got on target and aimed down sight, you're going to have more bullets landing, doing more damage. So it might feel like you had the advantage there, but there's a good chance you would have lost that gunfight. So stuff like that is big. Grenade launcher. So, oh, okay, well, that was a nice shot, but you got one here. So if you look at your health bar, you're low health here. So what you should have done there is not challenged, got back behind that cover, and then hope that he would have challenged you again because you would have had the cover to hide behind. That's very easy to do in the heat of the moment, but that it's easy for me to say watching that. But those small things will keep you alive, an extra kill, or you'd gain an extra kill. So where are we going now? Again, aim down sight here, so we know. Whoa! I don't know what's going on there. Okay. Yeah, so again, like when you get around that corner, make sure you just bring your aim up just to check. Because if someone challenges you, you're always already aiming at where you think they might be. Don't wait for them to turn up because that's the extra split second it'll take you. So if you see here, both me and Jeremy split, gone. This is a dangerous area, so we don't want to be hanging around in here. But your movement's quite slow. So so many angles that you have to try and defend. So if you're stood in the middle of that, that could come from window, that could come from stairs, that could come from the window looking down. So it's those areas you need to be careful of. So you don't want to be hanging around through there. So it's like a charge to get out of them into position. So yeah, it's Okay, so we've got some action there. That's good. That little movement to the right there, it's those small things that make the difference, just to give yourself a thing, because if someone is firing at you, and you can just move to the right there, you're making them use up their ammo as well. So if you wait here for him to finish, okay, you got a grenade in there. But that movement left and right, so if you can get them to waste their ammo, gives you the advantage then, because while they're reloading, you can get in with the kills. So you just got to play your life sometimes. So if you pin down there, someone's shooting at you, don't give them an easy shot and just to stand there shooting at them. So again, there no one's going to be at the bottom of the stairs. So you can watch this back, but your aim was at the bottom. So if someone had to challenge you on the stairs there, you would have had to bring your target, your gun all the way up to the top to shoot them. Whereas if you went around that corner and you was already aiming at the top of stairs, that's a nice kill. You would have that extra split second. So rather than panic, you were actually buying yourself more time, and you'll be a lot calmer. So nice. Again, there you give yourself the advantage. You came around the corner, you was looking in the right place. You get that extra split second, so you get shot at now. So there, if you were pre-aiming down sight as you came around there, you would have had a much better chance of snapping on and getting that kill quickly. Nice. Well followed. You didn't fire too early, so the only thing is you put up a good few bullets to the right. Nice. So that bit there, just at the end, you'll have to go and watch this back because I don't know how to pause it, but I don't know if it was intentional, but watch that guy's bullet at the end when you watch that back. You sidestepped as you was firing, and he shot to the side of you. So you landed your shots, he missed his, which gives you a huge advantage. It was just as you fired, you just glanced to the left, really small thing, but that was a lovely kill at the end. Okay. What's going on there? Okay, so just walk past you. It's quite hard as well coming on bots because there's no way you survive in that in a real game. But it's more just the movement and the positioning and trying to give yourself that advantage. Okay, so if we're looking at the map now, I can see there's a red behind you somewhere over here. Jeremy's gone this way. So you do need to keep an eye on that mini map because it will just give you, so just a glance every now and like practically like a speed check when you're driving a car. Nice and steady, but again, you could be pre-aimed down sight there. If you're moving slowly and crouching, this is exactly what you want to be doing. Just hold in that room, like without moving back on. Slow the game down, let them come to you, because the more you go hunting for them here, you're not going to know exactly where they're going to be coming from. That's it. So people are shooting you there from the right. Back to full health. Now you're in the middle of the map again, so this is mid lane. This is not where you want to be hanging around like that. Those kind of things will keep you alive as well. So like I said, when you're talking about lanes, ooh, beginner's mistake there. Always make sure your gun's reloaded. I do that a lot as well, so it's easy to do. Nice. So again, you're in the middle of catwalk here, which you've got multiple angles to cover. That's nice. You covering up with everyone else, so everyone's covering an angle there. So we're looking at the mini map. I can see two dots now popping. You've got 3 dots popping up, so there's good information there to tell you which way they're going to come from. So watching the line. This is nice. You got into a good position there. So you got to be careful here. So you see how it took you that extra second there to get your scope up, even though you saw them. If that was in a real game and they were pre-aimed, you would been killed there. So when you're going down there, you know there's likely chance that there's going to be people that get your aim down sight up nice and early on those bits. So if you're going to go and challenge, just be ready for it, because those split seconds will make a huge difference. Take it you couldn't figure out how to get that off. I think if you can press circle, you can cancel throwing that until you can get it down. Okay, so the shots, nice, hold. Your health bar is that bottom left white bar, so try not to challenge unless you really have to when you haven't got full health, because you'll just get picked off with one shot. And that'll be the times you turn around and it's like, I put a clip into them and he put me down. Like, you literally are on no life there challenging that. So if you're using a real game, they only have to hit you with probably a fraction of it. He probably only has to graze you and you'll get killed. So again, those small things will keep you alive to know when to challenge, when not to challenge. And it's hard to do. So again, as you come around there, if you was pre-aimed up there, you give yourself a much, much bigger chance. So shearhood here, you're locked on, but you still had to bring your gun up, turn all the way around to get a shot on. It's those small things, and it's only practice. That's all it is. Knowing which lanes to avoid, when to push, when not to. Like, you're doing a lot of stuff right. You're even moving a lot quicker in this map as well. But you want to be moving quick through the areas where it's high risk, and then when you get somewhere like here, you can slow it down again. But again, there, you was in good position. You had power position up high. You didn't know where they were. It would have taken a couple of seconds there just to try and see if you could see where the red dots are, get a read on the map. It's fine with bots, because even there, you've got a chance to take that shot, know where it's coming from, and turn around. But in a game when it's really fast paced, that's when it gets kind of messy. So just try and give yourself a better advantage, because it's much harder to take someone like in a 50-50, or when you're running around trying to find someone. If you can find a position where you just give yourself a couple of seconds, try and work out where people are, maybe get a kill, get 2 kills, then move on. Like, this is nice, kind of analysing. You was in a corner there, so you was kind of half covered, but now you're in danger area because you're in the middle of the map. Could come from front, left, top, bottom. So you got to be careful at these areas. Again, it's quite hard with bots because they don't push as hard. It's not as fast. So again, we're starting to get some pings up there on the mini map. There are some red dots. So it's nice. Your aim is at a good height there. Your reticle's right where it needs to be. Just be careful of that mid-map. So give yourself as much cover as you can. It's not like the Division where you clip onto it, but if you start to imagine that you should use cover like in the Division, hopefully it'll make a little bit more sense. So again, when you get to these corners, if there's any chance you think someone's going to be there, if you was pre-aimed, it wouldn't have taken you that extra second just to get on. You'd have already been looking down your sight, so you'd be looking at aim down sight now on that corner, and you're already ready for the gunfight. But in general, Dad, no, it's good. Like, yeah, I don't know really what to say, but I think that's going to be the end of it. So what am I doing here? Well, yeah, practice my jump shot. So this is actually pretty good. So that scenario there, it's very easy to pull off the